It should be noted, too, that the A's bullpen today was called on to give 6 1/3 innings of service, and they did a good job. As Juan Cruz pitched 3 innings, allowing just 1 run on a Sexton home run. Then Ricardo Rincon worked 2/3 of an inning for the A's. Kiko Calero an inning and 2/3, and although Street gave up a run in the 9th inning, he was the winning pitcher in the ball game. But things started out badly for the A's today, with Ichiro doubling down the right field line to open the ball game, and it wasn't long before this turned into a scoring rally. Although Reed was out on a sacrifice bunt attempt and a diving catch by Herron coming off the mound, Raul Ibanez picked it up from there. Herron is ready again, and the pitch. Swung, hit hard to left field. Going back under his Peyton, he won't get it. It's over his head, bouncing off the wall. Ichiro around third is in easily to score, and an off-field double off the bat of Ibanez puts the Mariners up 1-0. Hayden in left field had to make a leaping catch on Sexton's towering high fly that looked like it might hit any aircraft in the area before it came down. But then with Beltre at the plate getting ahead in the count, they walked Beltre intentionally with 2 out to pitch to Greg Dobbs, the .221 hitting DH. Didn't work out. Smacked into center field. There's a solid base hit. Played on 1 hop by Kotze. Throw to the plate. Trying to score from second base. In is Ibanez. The throw is offline. And Dobbs spoils the A's strategy of walking Beltre by lining a run-scoring single into center field. Beltre stopping at second. And it's 3 hits and 2 runs in the inning for the Mariners. They settled for the 2, and then in the 3rd inning, with the score still 2-0, once more difficulty for Herron. Herron's pitches were up in the zone today. He wasn't getting a lot of ground balls, and most of the hits were really solid shots. Reed started the inning with a single to center field, and Ibanez followed up.
Outfield a gap in right center. Kendall sets up outside. Now the 1-1 pitch with the runner going, and it's sprayed down the left field line. Right down the line, going to drop down a fair ball. Reed is rounding second, going to third. They're going to try to score him, and he will score without a throw on a hit-and-run double down the left field line by Raul Ibanez, and now it's 3-0 Seattle.
Beltre's broken bat grounded to third base allowed Ibanez to score from third after Sexton had singled him over with runners at first and third. Though with 1 out, they had a runner Sexton at second base. Dobbs fouled out, but the young second baseman Jose Lopez was up there. He liked the idea of the 2-base hit. It looked pretty good to him.
Here's the 2-2 delivery, and it's swung on and drilled to left. Peyton going back, still going, reaching up. It's over his head and bouncing off the wall. Sexton will score, and cruising into second with a stand-up double is Jose Lopez, and now it's 5-0.
That was 8 hits, and 4 of them doubles as Herron left the ballgame after throwing 56 pitches in less than 3 full innings. That's when Cruz came on, got the final out, and began to settle things down, at least just a little bit. The A's, meantime, made no headway off Brian Franklin, the starter, through 3 innings. They did have 2 on, but got nothing out of it in the second. The one thing they were doing is elevating his pitch count to a point, and Eric Chavez got one he could tie into to lead off the 4th inning.
Franklin turns and fires, and it's swung on and driven to center. Reed going back. Reed turning around. He's going to watch it. It's gone. And Chavez goes to straightaway center field to get the A's on the board. In this bottom of the 4th inning, it's 5-1 Seattle.
But in the top half of the 5th inning, the Mariners had an answer in the person of Richie Sexton. Sexton hits one a turn to left field. That one will not stay in the yard. Gone into the bleachers, over the scoreboard in left. Richie Sexton launches his 33rd home run of the year, gets his 99th run batted in, and the Mariners are back up by 5. It is now 6-1. And Franklin, with that nice lead, was a little bit vulnerable in the 5th inning when Mark Ellis singled. Kendall followed with a single, this with 1 out. Runners at first and second for Mark Kotze. Franklin trying to stifle the A's rally. Swung, there's a drive to deep right field. A hooking shot that slams on the wall on 1 hop. Around to score is Ellis. Around third and stopping now is Kendall, who scuffles back to third base after skidding to a stop. A double for Kotze on the first pitch. A lot of top spin. Had he had anything left, it would have gone out of here. hit right field by the Eckersley jersey.
And as much as the fans wanted Brad Fisher subbing at third base for Ron Washington to send Jason Kendall, is a very smart move. Ichiro got the ball back in quickly, and Lopez had it and probably would have thrown out Jason.
Now a 6-2 ball game. Mariners leading. With the infield playing back, Eric Chavez grounded to short, allowing the run to score. As he was out number 2, Kendall came in to make it a 6-3 ball game. Kotsay had to hold it second. When Payton fouled out, that was all the A's were to get. And as it turned out, they weren't to get anything else until the 9th inning. As the big left-hander Thornton came in to pitch the 6th frame. Julio Mateo pitched the 2 batters, gave up the hit in the 7th. Then they brought George Sherrill, a left-hander, in to finish up the 7th inning. Meantime, the Athletics, Cruz went his 3 innings, and Rincon got his couple of outs, and then Calero got a 1-2-3/8 inning in the books. The A's got nothing out of a leadoff single in their 8th inning by Jay Payton, as Sherrill was followed by J.J. Putz, who got the final out in the 8th frame. Houston Street came on in the 9th to try to keep the deficit at 3, and rarely gives up a run. It was only the second run he had given up since way back at the end of June, as it came on a leadoff single by Ojeda, a force out, and then trouble with Jeremy Reed at the plate. Over at first base, now Ichiro with the lead. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's running. Swing and a drive to left. Is going to slice away toward the corner. Fair or foul? Fair ball. 1 out to the wall. Ichiro's already around third, coming to the plate, and scores as Jeremy Reed doubles in an extra run for the Mariners to make it 7-3 Seattle. And they walked to Ibanez intentionally, and then Sexton crossed that up by singling to load the bases. Little did we realize how important the next at-bat might be in the overall scheme of things. With the dangerous Beltre at the plate, he gets another run home, and the A's have got a 5-run deficit to overcome. But Beltre hit into a 6-4-3 double play to end the threat and get the A's to the bottom of the 9th, but trailing by 4. But that is what took Eddie Guardado out of the equation to start the inning, not a save opportunity. When Putz started the inning against Nick Swisher, things began to deteriorate for the Mariners. When Swisher singled, Ellis worked the base on balls, and with runners at first and second, and now a save opportunity operative, the call went to Guardado, coming in to face Jason Kendall. Kendall worked a single through the left side hole, and suddenly the A's had the bases loaded and Mark Kotsay at the plate. Swing and a line drive, fair ball down the left field line, rolling into the corner. Swisher is in, Ellis is in, Kendall to third, double Kotsay, 7-5, and the Athletics have nobody else. And so it was up to Chavez to see if he could keep the momentum going. Infield is back. They'll trade the run for the out. And the pitch. Swing and a line drive. Fair ball down the right field line. Rolling to the corner. 1 run in. 2 runs in. Tie ball game. Chavez double. Nobody out. The A's offense, just like Lazarus, rising from the dead. They elected to walk Jay Payton with first base open, putting runners at first and second, nobody out. Scott Hatterberg failed to get the bunt down by popping to the catcher, interrupting the momentum of the rally. Then when Johnson hit a ball on the ground, headed for right field, Lopez, the second baseman, smothered it on the edge of the grass, had no play, and the bases were loaded, and the call went for the right-hander Jeff Nelson to pitch to Keith Ginter, who'd come into the ball game an inning before after Scudero had been lifted for a pinch hitter. Ginter was in at second base. But on the first pitch, with the infield drawn in, grounded to short, the throw to the plate got the force out, and there were 2 down with the bases loaded, and Nick Swisher at the plate as Jeff Nelson and Swisher dueled to 3-2. Nelson ready. 3-2's on the way. He walked in the winning run. The A's have beaten the Mariners with 5 in the 9th inning, rising from the dead. Jeff Nelson, deja vu, back to his early youth. As a member of the Mariners, 3rd time in his career he's either hit a batter or walked a batter with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th at the Coliseum. Watch out for the security. He may burn the joint down before he leaves town. Final score, Athletics 8 and the Mariners 7. So the A's salvage one, and it's off to Texas, and what the road will bring. So far, the road has been better than the home lately, as the Athletics, of course, in that last homestand went 4-8, and this one 2-4. But it's a great note off which to push on to the final big road trip of the year. And Robert Vaughn will have the scoreboard and the schedule for you right after this. And by the way, I should mention on the Extra Innings show today, it's the rookie report with Dick Switzer. What could be more appropriate? And the scoreboard